So we are back with another quick update on my journey. So I would say the last couple of really since the last time I posted, but the last month or so, probably about a month, I just been in a weird headspace when it came to trading, which I may experience like ever so often. So here's the thing, like I love the term 1% better every day. And sometimes, I know for me lately, I've really been trying to define what that really feels like. And so I've really been sitting back to understand that mentally because some days I feel like am I really progressing? But I look back and I really am. And it's just not a 0 to 100 type of feeling, but I can look back and see that I have progressed. I would say the last month I had been battling like what session I wanted to trade, what pairs, if I want to trade more than one pair, times and everything. And I did make a decision, and I've been kind of solidifying my strategy because I was a little like it'll be just the smallest moving parts that would kind of give get me in a state of confusion. I notice when I'm live in a trade, and it might be like as far as like prop firm for right now, how much am I going to risk? Am I going to do a 0.5%? Am I going to do 1%? Am I going to go ahead and do risk more and do 2%? And I think that kind of messed me up the last month because I was going back and forth between zero point 0.5 and 1%. And even something as small as that can throw off your trading if you're not in one accord of how you're going to move. So um, I feel really at a really good place. I feel at a better place than I have this past month. I feel more solid and confident in my strategy and how I'm going to go about it. And one thing I learned is things might change seasonally. So I've decided to, for this prop firm, I don't think I'm going to forever trade prop firms. I'm going to collect the money from my prop firms and put it into a personal account. But right now, I'm going the leverage the prop firms while we can, whatever happens. But right now, I'm going to risk 1% until I get up to 2%, get up 2%. And then after I'm up 2%, I'm going to start risking 2% to make 4. So I'm going to do, for right now, a 1 to 2 risk to reward. I noticed that because I can't get really good risk to reward, like sometimes I'll see it goes up 5 bars. So the thing about that was, I don't know, I think I'll have to grow into that. But right now, what's going to help with my confidence and what's going to help with my mental is doing a um, 2 to 1. Because I found that I would hit that 2 to 1 in a lot of trades, but because I was holding for a 5 to 1, which might happen maybe once, maybe twice a week, maybe, but I would find myself trying to hit those 5 to 1, 6 to 1, 8 to 1, and I will always get that 2 to 1. And I felt like if I stick with 2 to 1, it'll at least allow me to get where I need to get for now until I graduate mentally to be able to handle the higher risk to reward. So that's my strategy now. I feel really good. I feel so much in a better place. And one thing I learned is like you're gonna have these days. It's never really been out of my 5 years, like I wanted to give up. But just like lately for me, like this last past week, it was like, yeah, I got to step away for a little bit. Like I always just still look. And I did do some back testing this weekend, but yeah, it was it was a mental battle for me because um I was just going back and forth just with the time, even something as little, and it's not little, but as much as figuring out what time I'm going to trade. Like that was hard because my life as an entrepreneur, I'm a hairstylist and I also do photography. I'm financially flexible in a place to where I can give my all to these charts. And that's what I had to tell myself last week. Like when you have an opportunity, you have to take full advantage of it because I might not be in this place where I'm financially flexible to be able to be in a good mental space to do what I need to do for trading. So I'm taking today to just do some more finalizing my strategy, come up with a game plan, a daily routine, and yeah, so oh, one thing today that really helped me was um Forex Beginner Podcast. So whenever I'm in a rut, I always, I'm like, I hope somebody put out a podcast today. I like Forex Beginner Podcast, and I like Words of Wisdom. It's some more, but those are the main two I listen to. So thankfully, he came out with a podcast today, and I think it was today or it was recent, but it was his name is Flip King or something like that. And just his perspective, like it was everything for me. Like a lot of times, that's why I'm really grateful right now for this podcast culture that we have going on in Forex because trading is like 80% mental. And these podcasts, it gives you a lot of the mental some the mental confirmation sometimes, like just to know that okay, I'm not the only one that's going through this, or this person overcame this, or this person is going through this, and I'm not alone in this. So I gain like some amazing perspective. Every podcast that comes out, I get really good perspective. So that gave me an edge today, to a mental edge, to really sit down and be like, hey, this is a thing that as traders, we go through. So get it together. But like I said, I really have to because I have a great opportunity, a great living situation right now to where I got to take advantage. So, um, yep, that was my little update for today. And I'll see y'all in the next video.